If defense wins championships, the Georgia Bulldogs and the Atlanta Falcons are not going to win titles, at least not this season. Both teams are lost on defense. One team won last weekend while the other lost. But big picture, these two teams need to learn how to stop the opponent, or they're not going to do anything special this season. Here's what's nuts about both of these teams. They both excel at one area on offense. They both score a ton of points, but they just can't stop anybody. Georgia has the best player in college football. Todd Gurley is the leading candidate for the Heisman Trophy. He's the best running back in Athens since that kid from Johnson County, some guy named Herschel. His backups are pretty good too. Sonny Michel is out for a while, and they hope that Keith Marshall can get back soon. So that leaves Nick Chubb as the last one standing, at least for now, behind Gurley. But when you have a player that's the best player in the country, you want to do something special. It's easy to look back on the 3 years Herschel Walker was in Athens and have great memories, but it makes it even more special that in his first year there, Georgia won the national championship. Now think about this. Georgia had the best quarterback in the country a few years ago. From the moment Matthew Stafford stepped on the campus in Athens, everyone knew he would one day be the first pick in the NFL draft. But the Bulldogs did not win a championship, either in the SEC or in the entire country, while Stafford was the quarterback. They finished second in the nation one year, but that's just not the same. Of course, Stafford was the first pick in the NFL draft, but it's easy to look back on his career in Athens and not feel the same way you might about Walker's time between the hedges. Then they had A.J. Green for 3 seasons. Now, he was the best receiver in college football. Yet the Bulldogs did nothing special. Now they have the best running back in the country, but their defense is not very good. Well, if the Bulldogs stumble, or yet when the Bulldogs stumble, isn't it going to be a shame when we say, well, they had the best player in the country and could do nothing special because they had no defense? Meanwhile, the Falcons had the best wide receivers in the NFL: Roddy White, Julio Jones, Harry Douglas, Devin Hester. No one has a better group. We know the Falcons are going to score some points, but they can't stop anybody. They gave up 41 points on Sunday to a team starting a rookie at quarterback and their best player, running back Adrian Peterson, not even on the field. Atlanta has no signature player on defense. Think about the ones they've had in the past, like John Abraham, Keith Brooking, Jesse Tuggle, just to name a few. Those guys had a presence on the field that other teams had to be afraid of. There is no one on this Falcons team like that. Now look, we knew it might take another year of free agency and another draft to get the Falcons back on track. They were 4-12 last season, and rebounding from a year like that rarely happens in one season. They made some improvements for this year, but there is still no pass rush. There is still no secondary. There is still a chance they're going to give up 30 or more points like they did on Sunday. But here's the crazy thing about both Georgia and the Falcons. They both may win their divisions. When the Bulldogs play Missouri in a couple of weeks, a win might put them in the lead for the SEC East. And right now, the NFC South is a dumpster fire. If the Falcons can survive these road games and take care of the teams in their own division, they could win the division and make the playoffs. But as far as doing something special, the Bulldogs and the Falcons, no way. If defense wins championships, these two teams just can't do it. At least not yet.